obviously for both of these teams, there's been a lot of talk about the defense. The defenses have obviously been extraordinary. You got both teams really, really well built in the trenches on the defensive line. Any players on the defense that you like to make to make that big play? That big play you saw in the last Super Bowl. It was I believe it was Bolton that caused the fumble in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
was
yeah.
Was it Bolton? Yeah,
I don't even remember.
I can't remember. Not yet, because that's how much I hate these guys. But but that big play, that turnover. I mean, last year in the Super Bowl, you saw McCaffrey fumble on the first drive. I mean, it didn't end in points or anything on the other side. But what any player in particular on the defense that you like? I know I like a couple of people to go crazy, but I'll let you go first.
I really don't focus in on defense too much. I would say if I'm looking at the Chiefs side, I think Chris Jones will have a say so in the game. So if I'm looking for someone to make an impact on the Kansas City side, I'll go with Chris Jones. But I think I can go the other way for the trenches in Philadelphia and say Jalen Carter. He's been absolutely insane. So between those two, I know the defensive front; those guys will get a lot of attention. But you got two of the best in the league going head to head on Sunday. So I think both of those guys will make some big plays.
Absolutely. For me on the defense, bro, I think that one guy will make a couple of plays. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, most underrated player in all of football, in my opinion. I think he's a Pro Bowl level safety. I think that people do not realize his value on the field and how good he is at diagnosing what the quarterback is trying to do and disguising what he's trying to do. He's one of the best at it in the league. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and this is play off a narrative. Obviously, he started his career in New Orleans. He never thought he would leave New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Ended up with Philly, left for Philly for a year, went to Detroit, went back to Philly. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson will have some say in this game, whether it's him making a big play or him getting beat vertically because Patrick Mahomes read him so good that he gets fooled. So he might make a big play the wrong way, and I would not be surprised if that's the case. On the Chiefs side, McDuffie. How are you going to face off against AJ Brown? Because if you're Spags, you're gonna bring heat, and if you're leaving these guys out on islands, especially against an AJ Brown who I think gets disrespected because his quarterback doesn't have to throw the ball 40 fucking times a week. If you're gonna leave him on an island one-on-one, I don't give a fuck if it's Trent McDuffie or Darrelle Revis. I'm going to give the silverback number 11 an opportunity to go get the ball. And I think that is the guy on Cincinnati's defense. Last year in the Super Bowl was lights out, played outrageously good. And it's even bigger this year because there's no Snead. You don't have a second corner that's like that. You have to win your matchup. Trent McDuffie is the most important player for the Kansas City defense in this game. Because if they leave him on an island with AJ, he's going to get his one-on-ones, and it's going to come down to him making a play. So those are the two guys that I like, both defensive backs.
You think Hurts will throw a pick?
I think both of them could probably throw one. Because again, when you see and you know this, when Jalen gets to the line, he's going to read blitz 60% of the time in this game. They're going to bring heat. They're going to bring heat. They're going to run blitz. They're going to try to and they're also going to do this. They're going to make Saquon run the ball between the tackles.
Facts.
They do not let him get the edge. But see, this is the thing. It's not about letting him, because this is the thing with the offensive line. It's so dominant at times that you don't have a choice. They break your will. They force you to get out of the way. So if you're going to run blitz and you're going to bring safeties down and you're going to say, hey, we're going to play man, you're leaving those corners in very, very precarious situations against receivers that know how to beat man coverage. Simple as that.